Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video, and on today's video we are going to be doing the campsite, which I'm really excited for. I didn't know of a place where I wanted to put it at, but I did come up with something pretty cool and I think you guys are going to enjoy it. So I am going to be putting it basically right behind where we left off on the kind of the ruined like temple area that we built, but I wanted to create kind of a different way to get to it too, because it is a jungle and I want there to be many ways and different ways that you can go to make the island feel even bigger. So that's what I want to accomplish. Right now we need to remove some of this water just to kind of cover up some things. So I don't know, I don't want there to be too much water around this part specifically, because I don't know exactly if I want to keep this one or not. I just want there to be kind of like a little island surrounding it. I don't know, I just feel like it would look really cool. And right now I'm just kind of placing down some trees to kind of cover up some things, and so where I could figure out where I'm going to put it at exactly. And while I was building this, I thought of this really cool idea of making like these like kind of second story like jump platforms to get across of like the river. I don't know, I thought it was kind of cool. Hopefully you guys do agree with me. I thought it would be kind of different and just a nice way to traverse everything and actually feel like you're on an adventure. So by doing that, all I had to do was kind of build over the water to where I can actually place down these little like, I guess, jumping platforms or whatever you want to call them. And honestly, it looked really cool, so I went with it. I kind of stopped right here because I realized I needed to create like water terraforming around it or it wouldn't work, which was mildly annoying, but not too bad. It's kind of weird how the mechanics on this game works, and you think you know everything and then you figure out something new, which is really crazy because this game has been out for so long and so many people have done amazing things on this game. So I don't know, it kind of always amazes me. But as you see here, all I have to do now is I can bust down this like ground terraforming here, and it creates these really cool like two little pillars in the middle of the water, and then the last one will be right here. And I really like this, and the shape of everything is actually already pretty good, and the vine can act as a way to get over and across, and it links up right here to our land bridge. So it gives you another way just to explore and look around. And honestly, I think that's what jungle core should be all about, is having different like things to explore and to see. And I really like this, and I was glad that I can place something right where the vines were, because I was kind of worried that you couldn't, because Animal Crossing is weird and it doesn't allow you to place things a certain way. And I did a little palm tree to kind of cover it up to make it still look kind of overgrown and give it that look, and I was really pleased with it. And now I'm just decorating along this border here to help kind of fill in the area, to give it like that, I don't know, like momentum that it needs to go upward, because that's where the campsite's going to be at, and I didn't want to come back later on to fill it in. And now we can actually start to figure out where the pathing is going to begin at. But first we need to go ahead and talk to Tom Nook and go ahead and move over our campsite. And it's kind of weird because I feel like the campsite should always have a tent on it. I just think it looks way better. So I need to time travel to where like at the end you guys can actually see what it looks like. But now that we have that in our pocket, we can go ahead and start decorating around kind of our current land bridge that we had with our volcano, and just kind of fill in this area more. I was really struggling with this partition. It was not going the way I wanted it to go, and I honestly didn't feel like destroying that like terraforming bit that I already made. So I just settled and pushed it down one further and covered this up just a little bit more. And honestly, it was looking really cool, and I was really glad that I actually did do something like this. At first I was kind of worried that it would look kind of forced, I guess, or just weird. But honestly, I feel like it adds so much, and especially with the river, it just looks really cool and clean, and honestly kind of natural. And that's what I'm going for. Just trying to make things not look forced, just really natural. I don't know why I said it again, but that's what I'm doing. But yeah, I really like how this looks. And if I go back down here, there's just a little spot right here I need to fill in, and I decided to put another vine. And this is when I learned you could put vines on each side of it. I did not know that you could do that, because I thought it was like some sort of mechanic that wouldn't allow you to. But anyways, we are now picking up where we left off, like that little trail, I wanted to expand it all the way to where the campsite's going to be at. I just feel like it's going to look really good, and also it's going to help us kind of make our way down this way further, for other builds. And I don't know, I really think like this path really does make this build. It just makes it look really realistic, and it helps so much. I went ahead and kind of skipped forward a little bit for you guys, so you don't have to watch me place too much pathing. But I know some of you guys do like seeing all like the ins and outs of everything. But when you guys do tour this island later on, you'll be able to see how everything is placed. So if you guys want to copy me or do something very similar, feel free to. I do love when people get inspired by me, because honestly, I get inspired by so many people. Seriously, I am very thankful for YouTube and also Pinterest. Those really do save me and kind of open up my mind to, kind of get out of my limits and do things I typically would not do. And that's really the fun of this game. Seriously, it's kind of like Minecraft. Minecraft, it does teach you so many different things, and it kind of just makes it to where you can build what you want to build, whatever you think of, you can create. I know you're kind of limited on not Minecraft, but limited on Animal Crossing, but still, you can think outside the box with things, and it just helps with creativity overall. And that's probably one of my favorite things about this game. It's just, I don't know, very fun like that. But now what I'm doing is kind of creating a little circle plot for where I'm going to place down the campsite. I'm kind of doing that with trees just to kind of give the idea of where it's going to end up at. And it's just a long like dirt path leading up to it. And this is actually where I'm going to place it at. But I was conflicted because I didn't want that tree to go away. But as you see where there's a tent on there already, I wish that it kind of stayed there. Or if you had an option to remove it or something. I don't know, just to go with different themes and stuff. Kind of like Pocket Camp, where you can change like the themes and stuff. I just feel like it would be kind of a cool way to, I don't know, help out different island themes and stuff to kind of go what you're going for. Because campsite can be really challenging to create something around it. It's just kind of weird. And honestly, it really only goes with like forest core or like some type of beach theme. Just to, I don't know, I just feel like that's how it works in my opinion. There could be other ideas, but off my head, that's the only ones I could think of. Now we need to fill in the rest of everything. So there's going to be a lot of tree placement, a lot of bushes, weeds, flowers, stuff like that, just to help fill things in. I did opt to place 2 palm trees over here. I really like how the leaves kind of crush each other, and I feel like with the campsite, it'll look really good. And I did one just on the right corner to help fill that in some. And I was really happy with how everything was turning out. It was turning out way better than I thought it would. And these like bamboo lattice fences, they really help. They kind of create to where like things are like blocked off, and it makes you kind of go in a windy path. Like it gives you that like impression that you have to. I just think they're really helpful and a nice item to use. I love using fences. I feel like it always helps. Again, a lot of bushes and weeds to help fill things in some more. And I was kind of thinking if I wanted to place anything right here to make it feel like more like overgrown, and I did go ahead and place down a sugarcane. I just feel like they look really cute and good, so why not? I am leaving that spot over there kind of empty on the far right side because I might have a path later on to like further branch out. And luckily for me, the next day it rained, so I didn't have to water my sugarcane. So those will grow, thankfully. And now I'm just expanding out my dirt path to reach where kind of like the vine is, to have like, I don't know, to show like where you can stand at. But it is pretty hidden from the palm tree, which I do like. It kind of makes you have to like search for it, which is a nice little touch, I feel like. And I'm just making a really kind of like weird made up shape to help fill in this area a little bit more. And I really like how that turned out. I was kind of surprised that it turned out as good as I thought it would. And to help make things overgrown just a little bit more, I added some more weeds on the bottom part below. And I wanted to add some bamboo partitions right behind the campsite because it is going to help when there's not a tent there to kind of act as a backdrop. So I feel like that was kind of a cool idea. I did do something like this before, but it was with like the festival like garlands or something. That was like on Palm Bay. So if you guys haven't watched that, check that series out. But I feel like this looks really, really cool. I love the bamboo partitions. It just kind of gives it doesn't block off the background per se, but it kind of helps hide some things just a little bit better. And now I can decorate it with all kinds of different bamboo items. I love adding like little knickknacks around to make it look kind of, I guess, like really full and like, I wouldn't say overgrown, just really detailed just around. It just kind of helps make it look like a little campsite. Add a little rock just from like different colors and stuff just to make it look a little bit better. And I added another partition to kind of cage off the campsite just a little bit more. And over here on this side, I found this bamboo sphere. I haven't used this item yet, but I love that little pop of like blue on the flower. I just thought it was really cute, so I wanted to add that. And now we can work on just some final details, kind of make sure everything is how we like it. And I did decide in the very back to add another tree. It's definitely not centered, but it doesn't have to be. But I added another regular tree just to make it look a little bit more overgrown. And then I was going to try to find a place for this noodle slide in the back, but it didn't really work. I thought it might look a little cool, but I opted not to use it. And over here, again, I'm going to use a lot of leaf piles to make it look even more like a jungle, to make it look like little trees are falling down and they created like a little pile. I just feel like that's a nice little touch. And then on this wall here, temporarily, it might change, but I wanted to add some vines. Again, just to help with the scenery of everything, because that really is important to make it feel like you're actually in a jungle. So I want to do that. And I did that basically all the way down and then ended it off with some moss. And I added one more little bamboo lattice fence right here and another bush. And honestly, that is roughly about everything we're going to do. I'm kind of amazed how smooth this went. I didn't have to redo much of anything. With the bamboo noodle slide, I just added it on the side, again, just to help kind of cage it off. And now that we're done, let's go ahead and do our final walkthrough of our campsite. And that wraps up today's video on our campsite build. I really hope you guys did enjoy today's video. Campsites are really weird to work with, so hopefully this has helped someone out there. Let me know in the comments what you think of this build. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And until next time.